Hello and welcome back to the Small Game Show. Life has been busy, but I'm back to bring you something from the world of itch.io, Hamelin's Journey. A game that on its page calls itself inspired by Pokemon, Dragon Quest, Monster Rancher and other late 90s classics. So we are again cribbing from a particular era of style, but you know me, it's one that I adore. Art styles and the system limitations that come with them help to give a broad palette that can be messed around with in the modern era, and that's just all good stuff to me. Oh, and this is from those people that did House and Necrosis demo that I've already spoke about on this channel and this video series, and I'm still waiting for that full game. The gameplay of Hamelin's Journey is actually one of a genre that I have seen repeated a couple of times recently, and it's a style that I don't think has a name yet, but so I'm going to go with a dodge 'em up. A mix between shoot 'em up and a bullet hell type game. Think Vampire Survivor, a game where the input of the player comes from needing to dodge the incoming attacks, but all shooting and attacking is taken care of by the game itself. It's automatic, and in certain iterations of this genre, the attacks home in on the enemy. It's not an evolution that I expected, considering there's less action for the player, but I think it does have the benefits of letting you just concentrate on movement, which when you're getting to a bullet hell levels of objects to get your ass out of the way of, well, I can see why that sort of works. The cribbing from Pokemon comes from the ability to capture the grubby odd creatures in the game and form a party of 4 that follows you around, each becoming one of your weapons. Pretty much every creature, from the ones in your party to the enemies you're fighting, all fling these orbs in the same way, they all attack in the same way. But as you take down monsters, your team will level up, and this is where they get their uniqueness, where they get their flavour. It's by developing these special abilities. These can be everything from raising your chance to capture other monsters, to my favourite, the glass cannon, where each one of your monster does double damage. But so do all the enemies to you. You can throw out ridiculous numbers with a party full of the glass cannons, but a slight sneeze in your general direction, well, you're dead. It wouldn't be much of a Pokemon game without each of the monsters in the world having a great style to them. They are cute and creepy all in one. You know how the Zelda games on the N64 could have some of the creepiest enemies going, whilst having a certain charm to them? Think about the dude at the bottom of the well in Ocarina, and you will have a good sense of what I mean. There's just something off about them that can only really be done in blocky textures that come with this style. You also get the catch them all aspect with this, with there just being under 30 types, split with each having a shiny version also. The shinies are a rare spawn that you will guarantee to capture if you kill it, as well as the benefits of having better levelling, and make up half what you can go hunting for in this game. The game itself, as you start to play through, becomes a hunt for these creatures, all the while exploring some Dark Souls-like deep dungeon, where the textures and place names become much more evocative than these graphics have any right to present. You get a sense of the world when you come across the withered ruins or the profane temple, especially that second one. I feel like that name could exist in Elden Ring easily. I mean, this is a way of saying that the game says a lot without much direct storytelling, evoking a sense of the world without explicitly saying what is happening. This sort of depth storytelling leaves space for the player to build the world in tandem with the developer, allows you to build out the story by implication, not instruction. It invites analysis and thoughtfulness. The game, though not long, had moments of grinding out certain areas just because of the challenge it presented. There's this one particular room full of these arm guys, very reminiscent of the toilet paper arm from Majora's Mask, that just absolutely destroyed me. And because there are so many of them in there, it became really easy to see how a shiny could spawn. They weren't even required on the critical path, but I just had to go beat them up and get that shiny. This became my game for a little while, leveling up some guys to be able to take on the room and get the role of the shiny. Shiny hunting is not something I normally go for, not greatly into the grind myself, but sometimes I do get caught like this magpie that is absorbed by some garbage trinket on the side of the road. The part of this I do find interesting is how the temptation of getting one of these shinies was actually brought on with the challenges that were in the way, because these arm guys were about 10 levels above what I was, so I had to go and grind before I could even take them on. And with the grinding, that meant I started to explore the abilities of my party, started trying different makeups and different iterations to see which combinations of different monsters and special abilities I liked. The whole game is not super long, and it comes together into one of these experiences that I would easily recommend it to those who are interested in the world of small games. It shows some of the current reclamation of ancient bad graphics that is happening, even if it has not fully entered the mainstream yet. It shows an interesting combination of mechanics that feel like they would be at home on this generation of consoles, even if they did not exist in the era that they're emulating. It shows that there is still much to be explored in old ideas. With enough thought in bringing together these component pieces, well, it can make something that's easy to recommend. It also looks like the devs have another couple of games using a similar style, so I might go back and try them for the channel, depending on how time goes. Thank you for watching. I appreciate any views or interactions. Join me next time for some more small games. My name has been Billy. Peace.